Hello, good evening, and welcome to the tea room on a Tuesday night. I hope you're all well. So, tonight we're going to do the first bit of Tickets Collection. Never done the state of collection thing. As I said, I've got fucking 50 odd watches. I've got two coming tomorrow, so I've got a double unboxing next week. So I'm not. So it's getting out of hand, guys. 50 odd watches. I don't know how many I've got actually. Could be close to 60. Quite, maybe not quite, but yeah, we'll have to do a more set collection. We're going to do a Bulliver collection at some point. But that kind of integrates with the space collection because some of them are Bullivers, but we've got other Bullivers to look at. But we'll do that in some at some point or other. Hope everybody is well. So Brian's still away on business, but of course we have with us the nicest man in the watch community joining us again, Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Thank you very much.
60 watches, John. 60.
Something like it's probably not quite that, but I'll do a count up. I'm sure it's well over 50, and I've got two coming tomorrow. It's getting ridiculous. I know I have to offload some. I will have to offload some, seriously. It's getting fucking stupid, isn't it? Okay, and of course, Patrick, he's sights and safe. Patrick was living in the right in the eye of the storm last week, weren't you, Patrick?
Oh, that's what they say. It went a little bit south of us, so we got lucky. I guess in the grand scheme of storms, you don't want the storm to be north of you. So we were at the line, but a little lower, so it worked out well.
So your house is okay?
Yeah, we had a little leak in the ceiling, and we still don't have internet. So we're at my wife's parents' house. So that's
thanks for making the effort to come on.
I can join you today.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just to let them know, Brian has said Brian's away on business out of Florida. I've heard that his house has had a slight bit of damage, but it's survived. Okay. And then our other friend, Miami Sam in Florida, from Casual Watch, he's over in the UK on family business. So I don't know if anyone's checked out on his house or not, but he's nowhere in the area, so we're good.
Good.
So everybody else who's watching from Florida, I hope you are really okay, and thank you for joining us. Now, there's no Craze tonight. First of all, because Craig Cam is now Watch Cam. But Thomas,
you didn't see that. What? You didn't see that, did you?
I did see that. Don't you like the Craze on the stream, Thomas?
No, I'm just sticking up for Rolly Mania.
Oh, so Rolly Mania. Yeah, there's no Craze tonight because they're actually asleep. Because I went to a gig over on Monday and stayed overnight. So they went to doggy day stroke night care, and they always come back knackered. So when I asked them if they want to go to bed, and when they want to go to bed because they get excited and they know what the word bed is, and they settled off to bed and now curled up in bed. I've went to check on them. They've got double snoring going on, so they're asleep. Yeah, they've got double snoring, so bless them. So we're going to talk space watches, okay? So I like military stuff, and the sideline of military stuff is space stuff because it is military as well, I'm concerned. And I think that
let's do. Do you want to do wristwatch check first?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, of course we can. I was going to do that. I was just telling them what I'm doing. So I've got on my Breitling Super Ocean 44. I'd like to say I've got a space watch on, but they're all in the box below me. So Breitling Super 44 Super Ocean, which I wore all weekend. Sorry, yes. Thomas, what are you wearing?
Great watch. Well, this is the nearest I've got to a space watch because I haven't got any space watches. So
is that an Arnie?
It's an original Seiko Arnie H588.
Nice,
he wore in Predator. So
right, yes,
that's Commando and Predator. So this is the watch. This is the watch that the aliens were being killed by. So
right. Excellent.
It's the nearest I could get to a space watch.
No problem. You'll have to get. And Patrick?
Well, I have no space watches either, but I'm wearing a watch that looks like it came from space. So,
wow.
Yes.
This is some weird electric watch that I got sent in for review. So,
Excellent.
It kind of does all this weird little.
Oh, that's where you could see that in a space film, couldn't you?
So, as I said, not a space watch, but kind of spacey.
Yeah, it's like something from some sci-fi film, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I think I saw those on Kickstarter. I think I saw them.
Yeah, I think they did a Kickstarter previous. They made a steel one, and I guess this is the new titanium one. So
nice.
I think they're just selling it direct this time. But
I'm finding it.
I mean, I think it's really fun. So
great fun, yeah.
When you're like Tickers and you've got 60 watches, you have to have a watch to break through and be fun. So
absolutely brilliant.
Have you got about that amount as well, Patrick?
Pocket watches, yes. Wrist watches, I'm still probably. I mean, I probably got 24. I'm maybe at 24.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Right.
Which is still too many. I'm selling some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you're fucking responsible because I bought one off you, so you're responsible to my hoard for the start. Everyone who's sold me a watch is responsible. Miami Sam's fucking fully responsible because I've had about 4 or 5 off him. And my anonymous donator, of course, who got like 4 off him. Or at least 4. Yeah,
very nice.
There you go. Right, let's see who's in the chat. Chili Badger, thank you very much. Very good evening, dudes. At the Watch Apprentice. Very good evening. Hi, Chili. How you doing, mate? Ray. Welcome. What's Ray saying? Come on. Okay. Good evening, gents. Bull of a Lunar Pilot on the True Moon Rescue Watch. One great panel. Thank you very much. Yeah, Junior Johnson. Hello. He says hello to the Watch Apprentice.
Okay.
In Vacanza, hello guys. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, we're all doing well. Thanks. I'm a bit tired, but we'll push through. We're doing all right. Hello, Dodger. How are you doing, Dodge? Saying hello to everybody. Whole Milk. Good evening, Whole Milk. I watch Gang. Glad Pocket is safe when dry. Yeah, he's good. Hello, Scratchy. Thank you very much. Going to the panel. So yes, as I was saying, basically, the way I look at it is that military watches.
John, just a minute. We haven't got the crazy, and he said they've gone to bed, and you because you went away yesterday. Do you want to tell us a bit about that? Do you want to tell us?
Oh yeah, I went to see David Gilmour, who is the Pink Floyd guitarist, 78 years old. Or 78 years young, can play guitar far better than I will ever be able to be. And it was just amazing. At the Royal Albert Hall, which is an historic fucking venue. I know Matt H is in the chat, but he went apparently on Saturday as well. He posted in our little group chat that he went on Saturday. And it's an amazing place.
I'd love to go to the Albert Hall. I didn't see a band there. It's amazing.
The trouble is with the culture at the moment is phone culture. A load of people pointing phones and doing it. So Guy Pratt, who's the bass player, he comes out and does a speech. And he did it at Brighton, because I went to see him rehearse at Brighton as well a couple of weeks ago, where there's only 1,500 people and tickets were like 30 quid. Tickets at Royal Albert Hall were 250 quid.
What?
But I was 18 rows from the front. Yes, pretty close. So Guy Pratt comes out and even in Italy spoke in Italian and give the same speech, like I'm the bass player for the band tonight, blah, blah, blah. And this is a unique occasion, unique moment, you know, and the best way to see it. And last night he said, the best way to see it is put your fucking phones away. And he swore. And he didn't swear in Brighton. He just got, because I think, apparently it's a bit of a wind up for him anyhow, seeing phones. And Saturday was full of it. A lot of people on Reddit were complaining that the fact is the people were filming and then playing back at full volume what they had just witnessed on their phone while another song's going on.
Yeah.
What the actual fuck? So filming something and then going like that and pressing play with the volume up while another song's starting and playing that. What the fuck's all that about?
Probably sending
if I was next to them,
else.
that phone would be fucking launched. It would be like that fucking get it at the end of the show, guys. Seriously. Luckily, there was nobody around me being pissed. There was nobody, because me and my mate Graham went and we said, right, if somebody wants to come past us in the middle of the show, he could be going to the toilet. But he comes back with a pint, he ain't getting back. He ain't getting past. I'm not getting up. Because you'll just keep going back for booze, you know. I mean, I've seen gigs where people just constantly going back and forth, pushing past you. You got to get up all the time. It's a seated venue. You sit in the, you know.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this David Gilmour?
10, absolute 10. The lighting show was incredible. The lights,
really?
They must spend thousands of the strobe lights and different light and everything. Just go on. Anyone who's got social media, just go and look at the light show. There's tons of David Gilmour footage on YouTube, and the light show is just fucking out of this world. Never mind the guitar playing and the whole thing. It is amazing. The guy was absolutely amazing. Yes, unbelievable. Oh, Matt H. Yeah, Chickers, great event. Yeah, thank God. Well, welcome, Matt H., friend of the show. Yeah, great. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, newbie there. Yeah, brilliant. Just brilliant show. So, let's just get on with what we're going to discuss, if that's okay. Now, before we actually get to watches themselves, there is something I want to share which happened. This video I'm going to play in a minute. So, basically, this rocket went up for a test, SpaceX. It's going up every week now. And 30, 40 years ago, the booster bit that gets up into space used to get discarded and it just burns up in the atmosphere, drops in the sea, destroys whatever. The last few years, they've actually been landing on a drone ship, which is freaking incredible. You see it come down, the legs come open, and in the middle of the Indian Ocean, there's a drone ship, and they land on the drone ship.
Really?
For the first time ever tested, the first time it worked on Saturday, it landed back in the launch gantry it came from.
Really?
It went from Texas. Yeah, it went from Texas. It didn't go from Patrick's next door neighbours at Canaveral. It went from Texas, but it landed back in the gantry. It's never done before. They said they were going to try and tempt it, but they didn't know. It was a go, no go. And I've got a video of it. It's all video. You just got to see. And when you see this video, put your sound up, guys, because you hear it break the sound barrier as it's coming down. It goes from speed of sound to 0 in less than a minute. It's ridiculous. It's incredible to watch. So I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, let me just share this tab. Right, can you see this?
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to play it now. It's not long at all, but just watch this fucking thing. It's amazing. Right, I'm going to play it now. Just get your sound up, guys.
That's pretty crazy.
How bonkers is that?
That's the main rocket, the actual main body of the rocket.
Yeah, that's the booster bit, the bottom. I'll show it again. I'll tell you about it in a minute.
Wow.
That is just absolutely crazy. So that's the booster. So that's the thing that's set. That's the thing with like 33 engines on it, and that gets it into space. And then normally jettison, and years ago you used to get rid of it, and it just used to drop in the sea, and it used to be just rot in the sea. So now they're recovering them from the drone shits, but then this time they've actually got it from the gantry where it took off from.
Wow.
And they say this eventually will be the spaceship that they come back from like Artemis. That will land get the spaceship to land like that instead of landing in the sea and having to recover it. They hope to get a spaceship landing back there.
Right.
That's the next technology, to get a spaceship landing.
So they're not using a shuttle or anything. They're using an old school capsule on top of a
capsule on top of a booster. Yeah,
right.
That's bonkers, isn't it? Though that is absolutely bonkers. When I saw that, I was like, I picked one without the sound because there's loads of crowd. They're cheering. They're absolutely going mad for it. All the space heads were going absolutely bonkers for it. But it detracted from it. So I found one without that sound. And so I just wanted the sound of the rocket. It was like fucking ridiculous. That.
Wow.
Just yeah. I hope to get to Florida one day to see. I'd like to get there next year. And I'd like to get there for the Artemis launch, which is where they get the they're actually getting the humans up to go further than I think they're getting them Artemis 2 going round the moon. I think they are, and then the next one, Artemis 3, is landing on the moon. But the one they're doing next year,
that's a bit boring, isn't it? It's already been done, landing on the moon. It's like. 50 years old.
Fucking 1972 they did that. But can you imagine the pictures you'd get? I mean, you managed to get the pictures back in 1970 odd. Can you imagine the pictures you get back now? It'd be amazing, wouldn't they? Absolutely. Right. So space watches, guys. So I've got a collection of stuff here. It's not actually, obviously they're not been to the moon because to get hold of a watch that's been to the moon would probably be a lot more expensive and rare than the Milsub, which I haven't actually got. There is a Rolex GMT Master that went up to the moon, which is for sale in the end of October. I'll actually share my screen with that actually because I've got an article on there for it. Just bear with us a second before we get to mine. Let's have a look at this for anyone who wants to. Anyone of you Rolex fanboys out there, Roly Mania, if you're watching. The Rolex GMT Master personal watch of Edgar Mitchell. There we are. That's it. And that was the first Rolex on the moon. In 1971, Apollo 14. Don't know how much that's going to go for. What's a normal second-hand GMT Master 1675 go for, Thomas? Any idea?
About 12 to 14.
12 to 14. Wow. Well, this one, as I said, this one's been to the moon. So
I think around about that.
Well, they reckon there's going to place the estimate $400,000 on this one.
Yeah,
October 25th. October 25th.
That.
There you go. There we are. He's actually putting on his Rolex on the outside of the outside of the suit. Wow. Amazing. That's interesting. So the ones I've basically my watches that I've got, I said, are the same models that have been to the moon, basically. So we're going to start off with, and most of them I think I've shown before on the show anyhow, but we'll just do it again. So the first one, let's just get a light on here as well. Sorry, the lighting isn't the best in here, guys, but I've managed to get something sorted which hopefully will show it. So this is a Seconda, and I think it was the first, this model has got 3133 movement in, and it was the first Russian chronograph in space. It's, as you can see, it's very speedy like, isn't it?
A Seconda Russian, really?
Yes, Seconda's Russian, from what I remember.
Really? Wow.
And it's got a Polejet 3133 movement in. So I'm just going to share a quick picture, quick article which shows the article here. Let's just do this now. So it's I think it's very speedy like. Let me have a look. Space watches. There we go. Share this. So Gubarev's Soyuz 28 mission, 1978, had one of these. So I'll put it up to this camera here, and you can see there. You can see that. So to me, it's very, very speedy looking, isn't it? You think?
You just got full screen again with that.
Of course I will. Sorry, yes. Let me just do this. Brian, where are you? Let me just go. Let's just go full screen. Hang on a second. Solo layer. There you go. So it's a Polejet 3133 hand movement. So the movement is based on a Valjoux movement, because apparently the Russians bought the tooling off the Swiss guys. So I don't know what their skills are like, but it's got the same tooling to make the Valjoux. It's got this nice little coffin bracelet as well. Original bracelet.
Skies and Boys is saying Seconda's a British watch brand that was established in 1966.
Was it? I don't know why it's got a Polju. I don't know why it's. There were some Russians to do with it. I'm sure it was. Well, didn't it move to Russia or so? Or didn't they move to Russia or something? I'm sure there's some Russian connection somewhere with the Seconda.
There could well be. Don't know.
That's why they've got a 3133 in it.
I like the bracelet you've got on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was original bracelet that came with it, which is very. I said I've got a similar one on one of my other space watches, that little coffin bracelet. So that's why I got it for not much money, 200 odd quid, off eBay. As soon as I saw this article, I went looking for it. I read that space watch article, and then I go looking for the watches. If they take me fancy.
I like it. It's nice. Really nice.
So I don't know what that strap. That's a weird kind of strap they've got on that space one. It's more like a. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I don't even know what material it is. I can't find much about it. It's a very weird strap, and there's not much information on it. I wanted to find it. It's almost like a. I don't know. It's like almost homemade, that strap.
So like it's almost like it's a pass through, isn't it?
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
So it's a NATO strap, almost.
Yeah, it's just got that. It's got like that ribbing there or something. I just don't know. It's just weird. I can't find any information about it. I thought it's quite a good little buy. If anyone gets some space watches, I would think that you could probably do worse than starting your journey off with something like that.
Yeah,
it's like a poor man's Speedy, if you like, because it is hand-lined as well.
I like that one, John. What do you think, Patrick? What do you reckon to that one?
Well, I mean, you guys know I'm a Speedmaster hater, so I love it 10 times more than a Speedmaster.
Oh, right. I think Brian would. I think Brian would like that one. Oh, yeah. Terry said no, made in Russia for the British markets. That's what Terry says.
Ah, right. Interesting, Terry. Right.
Yeah, thanks, Terry. I knew there was something. Yeah, Dodger says as well. What's Dodger? Seconda source products from the sole Soviet manufacturers, including Polejet. Oh, he said the brand were British owned, but then again, yeah, Terry said they were actually owned by the Russian owned. Okay, made in Russia. Okay,
Made in
thanks.
Russia. Yeah.
Okay, you knew there was something about them. Okay. Brilliant.
The
Excellent.
British brand who sourced a lot of Russian parts.
Yes.
By the
Yes.
sounds of it, yeah.
Now,
good.
the second one is a birth year watch. This is 1966.
Do you
Now,
want
the
to
person...
do you want to take the image off the screen?
I'm going for the next one, mate. I don't worry, I'm going for this one. This is it.
Right, okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, I've got them all lined up, mate. Don't worry. If I take them off the screen, that means I have to share my screen again before I swap them over.
Right, sorry.
All you do is go to the next tab and say share this tab instead. So the next one, 1966, Bolivar Acatron astronaut. Now,
love it. Love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
love it. Now,
love it.
Dave from Scottish Watches is absolutely responsible for this. Now, I think you might have been on the same show when you were talking about, I don't know what the topic was. It was on Sam's show. It was on Casual Watch Review, and I don't know what the topic was. It might be watches under the radar or watches. I can't remember what the subject was, but Dave from Scottish Watches came up with this. And he mentioned it and he showed a picture of it. He didn't have one, but he showed a picture. And I thought, what the fuck's that? I really like that. And I played it back the next day to have a listen to what he said about it. And I was already sourcing one. I was on the way to sourcing one immediately as soon as I saw it. I did get one, which was a fucking Franken watch, which I sent him back. I got it from eBay. The guy was I bought it, and I didn't do my research enough. So I sent it in back and got my money back. I managed to do my research and get this. It came from the States. So let's see what we can do. Let's try and go full screen first of all on this to see what we can do. Sorry guys, it's a bit jerky. Might be better on the big cam, actually. Might be better on the big camera. Let's go to the big camera. Let's do the big camera. It's going to be easier there. Solo light on the big camera. There you go. 1966 Bolivar astronaut. So anyone doesn't know about these, they've got an electric movement in it. There's no crown. You change the hat time on the back with that. You pull a little lever up there, and that does the hands. And that's the battery hatch. Super accurate. These were used by X-15 fighter pilots. So Neil Armstrong was an X-15 pilot before he became an astronaut, and he had one of these. And basically, they were just completely bomb-proof. They could go into space, and near enough into space. The X-15 nearly went into space, and they just survived. Brilliant watch.
That second hand looks quite big. Looks
yeah,
nice,
it is quite big. It is quite big. Yes, it's pretty nice. And the bracelet is known as a coffin bracelet, which they originally came on. It didn't come with a coffin bracelet. The guy, obviously, it's a 1966 watch, and it didn't come with a period bracelet. I bought the bracelet for about 300 quid. The coffin bracelet. I sourced it, a proper coffin bracelet.
That's great for a birth year watch, John, I think.
It is, isn't it? It's pretty damn good. The other one's the Omega Seamaster 600 birth year watch. I've got two birth year watches. That is great for a birth year watch. And recently, I got a full box on instructions and everything for it, for the period correct. So effectively, I've got full box, instructions, leaflets, and everything for this watch. So that's going to be worth quite a bit of money.
That's lovely.
There we go. So one day retro. So it's streaming from Steam Room. No, it's the camera. So when I take this away, as if by magic, I go back in focus. It's the super duper camera, which is super fast for focusing. Yeah, that is just a great watch. I said as soon as I found out about that model, I just, thanks to Dave at Scottish Watches, I went and found it. So as you can see on here, ordinary wristwatches worn on for the outside of their pressure suits by military pilots couldn't hold up to temperatures. So that's why he went temperatures, because he went so they went Mach 3 plus. So absolutely incredible.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised with watches like the Yakitron and the X33 that the batteries don't explode in space.
Yeah, that's right. That I'm surprised because I know. I mean, I've got another battery one here, which later on, which will show you, and there's pictures of it actually being used on a spacewalk. It survived.
Yeah,
so I'm surprised as well. But this is on one, as you can see, it's on one of these bracelets, which is the same kind of bracelet that I've got on the Moonwatch, a Forstner bracelet. Oh,
shout my bracelet, yeah.
Yes, brilliant. It's a Forstner mesh bracelet, and so occasionally I do swap the bracelet around and I do put it on this Moonwatch. I'm one for doing bracelets. I'm always swapping bracelets and stuff around. I've had a leather strap. Every watch I get, I must have at least two. I must have an extra strap for every watch every watch I've got. It's ridiculous. I might have 50 odd watches, but I've probably got 50 I've probably got 50 straps as well.
John, I was going to ask you. I've got a ignorance question. On those Forstner bracelets and on some of these older bracelets, sometimes they have the initials JB. Do you know what that stands for?
The guy who, it's the J. What's the guy? It's the J. What was the bloody name now? He's a guy who went in partnership with him. I'm trying to remember. I remembered it last week because you asked, and I put in the chat. I'm trying to remember what his name is now. JB. Let me just do a bit of quick googling and find out for you, because JB Forstner. He's J Ben. I think his name is Bendy. His actual surname was Bendy. I'm sure it was. JB Forstner bracelets. Anyone else can find it quicker than me, please shout up in the chat. JB Forstner bracelet. I think his name was Bendy, from what I know. What does JB stand for in Forstner? Yeah, Jacoby Bender. Jacoby Bender. That was his surname. Jacoby Bender.
Okay, so it's just a name. I was curious. I think I've seen it on some other vintage bracelets, and I was like, if you can pick one up. If you can get a proper JB Forstner bracelet for not bad money, get it. These are replicas, the ones I've got on and they're very good. They're not original company, but the name makes it. It's very accurate. The one I've got, it's pretty good. But if you can pick a proper bracelet up like that, it's worth it. Definitely, you can find one of these. Worth good money. I said that one on that watch I've got was 300. That'll always hold its value. I think everybody wants vintage bracelets. Is a big thing. You know, I was looking for a flat link Omega bracelet after seeing the first Omega in space, and they're like £900, £1,000 for a flat link Omega bracelet. It's a bracelet, for God's sake.
I love the flat link one though. It's so much nicer than the normal Speedmaster bracelet.
Yeah, it is.
It's the original one. It's the
yeah.
But like Patrick, I'm not a Speedmaster guy. I'm a more Zenith or Primero guy. So they got nothing to do. They got nothing to do with the moon or space. So
yeah, they never went in space. There's only one official, and they're milking it, as we know. They're milking it till the cows come home, aren't they? Right, the next one, guys. Oh, the light's fallen off again. Sorry. There we go. Right. The next one, guys, is this one, which is the Accutron Space View. So this isn't an official watch, but this guy wore it on the space station. And it's basically the internals of the Accutron, which you've just seen now.
Now, this I really do love. I've been actually hunting down one of these myself.
Oh yeah,
Let's
put it on the big cat. Let's put it on the big. There we go. You go on the big cat thing. So that's basically the internals of the one that you've just seen. They are going for, if you want one, Thomas, you need to grab one sooner than later.
They're expensive, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, this one has just been serviced and everything.
You're talking £1,000 for...
Yes. Yeah. Probably talking 800 to 700 to £1,000 for them. But that's basically the internals of what you've just seen. And even though it wasn't an official space watch, I said this article says that it went into space. So I'm just gonna it seems to stop sharing. So let me just share that article again. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't buy this on the bait. I bought this because I love the watch as it is. But then I found out that it had actually been there was pictures of it being on on the space station. So this is this guy wearing it in 1985. So this watch is this watch is 1969. This watch, but yet somebody in 1985 was still wearing it on the space shuttle.
Yeah.
Brilliant, great watch. Now, when I put a new battery in it a couple of weeks ago, it has a proper hum because when you put it to your ear, the hum.
Really,
the hum properly, and when you put a new battery in it, the hum is really loud. It does a proper hum. Look at that.
Do you know much about the tuning fork technology that's used in them? How does it differ from normal quartz? Do you know much about
I'm not
that?
sure. I've not really looked into. There's loads of stuff out there. I've not really looked into it, but it is absolute super accurate. I mean, the reason this watch came out is when they started producing this movement, or they made these especially for the shops for people to wear to show them the mechanism. And then people said, well, hold on a minute, we want one of these. Can you get us one showing that movement? So they just decided to produce it.
That looks so cool, that, for me.
It does. It absolutely it does look cool, doesn't it?
It epitomizes the Accutron.
Yes. Yeah, it does.
More than the astronaut that you showed before. That for me, when you say Accutron, I think that.
Yeah. I mean, this has just been serviced well. There's a guy in UK in Wales who services. So I got this from a guy on eBay, but he sent it to be serviced. So it had just been serviced. So it's worth getting one that's been serviced. But that looks ace, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
I know that Chili Badger wants one as well. He's looking for one of these as well. So definitely, I would say worth getting one. Look out for one, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, One Day Retro says tickers Accutron Space View is awesome. Amazing tech today when you do the research, let alone 60 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, I think that the next one has got the fucking most best story in the world. I just love telling this story to people. So this is.
Oh, God, here's another little gem for you from One Day Retro. The Accutron was issued on satellites for timekeeping as well until atomic clocks were introduced.
Oh, right.
Oh, interesting. You're full of it tonight, One Day Retro. Loving it.
Yes, brilliant. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. So this thing, this is the Bolivar lunar pilot. So the story goes is that Bolivar sent in a unique watch, one of only, to be tested against the likes of the Omega and things like that to win the space race. So this is the one that they sent in.
God, that's different, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it didn't win, obviously, because we know that the Omega won. So they gave this watch to the one of the pilot who tested it, David Scott, and he just put it in his drawer. And then when he went to Apollo 15, he took it with him as personal luggage. David Scott went out on a obviously didn't wear it. He wore the official Omega Omega Speedmaster, and then the crystal broke on the Speedmaster on the second spacewalk, and he needed to have a watch, so he got permission from Space Control to use his personal Bolivar that he brought with him. The Bolivar then went on the wrist, and it carried on doing walks, and it walked on the moon, and he drove the lunar rover with it on and everything. He then came home from Apollo 15 and stuck it in his drawer. He then sent it to auction in something like 2016, and it sold for £1.3 million.
Yeah,
it's the only non.
But again, just like these Boulevard and the X83, it's a watch with a battery.
Yes, but this one isn't actually. This one, the actual original, this had a value movement. This was a hand wind value.
Really?
This was a hand wind value movement in this one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there was a hand wind, but so Bolivar didn't know anything about this. I don't think they knew that he'd used it on the moon and everything. It's only when it went to auction and sold for 1.3 million. And of course, social media's out there, and Bolivar got wind of it. So Bolivar decided to make the Lunar Pilot. Now, they made the Lunar Pilot first. This is 43.5 mil, this one. They made it 45 mil, and everyone complained and said, look, make it the same size. So they did, and this is the smaller one. This is without a date. They made one with a date as well. So I had the larger one. I got rid of the larger one. I've got the proper 43.5 without a date. It's got the same high frequency movement in as the others. 262 kilohertz movement.
Let's see yours. Let's go full cam on yours.
Yeah, full cam on mine. So it beats, basically this movement beats at 16 times a second, which is pretty good. Okay, let me just go to full screen, solo layout. There you go.
Nice.
Really, really comfy. Really comfy. I got one of these NASA Velcro straps, but I'm always messing about with straps. I put it on NATO's. I put it on other Velcro straps as well.
So this is the quartz one that you're.
This is a quartz one, yeah. Same Bolivar movement I've just seen in the others. 262 kilohertz beats 16 times a second. It's accurate to about 5 seconds a year, or something like that.
Now these can be had for quite good money, can't they? They're not too expensive, are they?
They're not too expensive. Brand new. They're under 500 quid. The proper size one.
Yeah.
Proper size one under 500 quid. But now, the bit of the story I love is that Bolivar decided to make the watch, and what they did, they got a load of footage of David Scott in his Land Rover driving about wearing the watch and talking to Mission Control and everything. And they used it in their promotion of the watch on their website. David Scott sued them successfully for using his voice and his picture without his permission, failing to sort of remember that he was given a watch and he just made 1.3 fucking million quid out of it.
Wow.
sues them and successfully sues them. They actually changed all the booklet they gave out with it and all the advert on the when they launched it. They had to change it all. But he
Wow.
sued them. Ridiculous. You know what I mean? I just think
Wow.
it's pretty crass. Yeah.
That's a
Brilliant.
great. I love the Gulliver Balloon and Pilot. I think it's a classic. I think it's a great watch to have in your collection. It's a bit of history.
Yes,
Bit of history,
it is.
not too expensive. And but by the way, we've got a chat from Dodger.
What the fuck was that? Oh, excuse me, Dodger. 20 plunge. Stamansky Russian watch. First in space. Yeah. Sorry, yes. Stamansky. Yes, you probably didn't see what last week, Dodger. I bought a Stamansky and it wasn't the right with the correct movement in, and it was a Franken one. I sent it back. It didn't hack. It should have hacked because the Russian one hacked. Fuckers. So I sent it back. Stamansky. I will be on the look.
I'm trying to think of the one that came after Stamansky as well. They're really well known. Can't think of it now. Stamansky.
I'm not big on Russian watches. You know, I should maybe have a history lesson on Russian space watches.
I'm gonna have to look it up now. Carry on.
Okay, sorry, man. Yeah, now the next one is this one, which is an Amiga X33. So this is what people might think a strange looking watch. Okay, so if you can still see that, it's got hands on it, and it's also got the digital time, and you probably can't see the digital time. So let's go full. Let me just go full screen on it, so we can get the. Probably you can make out the LCD as well, the LCD time as well, and the date, the seconds, and it's also got the hands on it as well. Now, this is a Gen 2. This is a Generation 2, and they are still issued today to NASA pilots. So what they do, they give them a Speedy, and they give them one of these, and one of these is worn inside the capsule, and then they go out in space for spacewalks, and they go out with the Speedy. But according to this here in front of us, it actually says that these guys so Oleg Artemov took a Gen 2 on a spacewalk. So them recommending that these don't do spacewalk because they've got a battery in it. Old this guy, old Oleg here, took it on a spacewalk and it survived.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought it was mate. He survived the heat. I think it's the heat which probably does it in, but it survived apparently. But it's titanium. It's got a titanium bracelet, and it's a real quirky kind of watch. Love it. Absolutely love it. Don't see many of them, but it's good that the Gen 2 is actually still issued.
So that's the X33 Gen 2, yeah.
Yes, the X33 Gen 2.
Is that the one that's called the Skywalker?
No, the Skywalker, is a Gen 3, or they make a later one, which is Skywalker, and they make a Mars edition as well.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Mars edition.
No, but the Jet, I got a Gen 2. Now, what I like about the box for the box for it is quite unique, because the box is covered in white Kevlar, the same stuff as the spacesuits were made out of. It's the same material. So RJ from Bratello Watches, friend of the show, he always said, look, if you get one, make sure you get one with the box, because the box is covered in Kevlar, the same as what the spacesuit's made out of. And it is. So you've always got to get one with the box. So I got one, basic one with box and papers. Cost me $1,000. Might cost me more than that. I can't remember how much. Was it 1,800? Might be 1,800. I don't know. Can't remember how much it was. Just another watch I bought, but it's very cool. It's one, obviously. I won't be getting rid of that in a hurry at all. It's an Omega, and you know me, I like my Omegas, and it's box and papers.
So there's the Domansky, which is the first, then there was the Strela.
Oh, Strela, yes.
Strela. Now, here, get this. Strela actually made that Seconda that you've got.
Oh, right.
It was labeled Seconda, but it was made by Strela. And it says here, established in 1966, Seconda started out as a British brand offering a collection of mechanical watches originally manufactured by Strela in Russia. But it's got the pole drop movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Treble says you're doing guitars next week, Shitter. No, I might do a special one near Christmas where I'm showing guitars. I won't do it on the main show, but that might be an idea. Might be an idea near Christmas to do a special one, just an offbeat one sometime, and show them if anyone's interested. I'll probably put a thumbnail up for people who want to see the guitar collection.
Another Russian watch brand, of course, there's the Fortis. Cosmo.
Oh yes, Fortis as well. That's another rare one to try and get as well. The rare Russian watches. And trying to get a lot of these are like Glycine Airmen. Apparently, you'll pay a couple of grand for a Glycine Airman.
Well, that's still what for an original one.
An original one from the 60s or 70s. Yeah, I mean they still make it now.
They're still made now, and they're owned by what's it called? What's the brand that everyone disses?
Swatch Group Shitter.
No, the real shitter brand. The one you get on cruises.
Invicta?
That's the one. Yeah, they're owned by Invicta now, Glycine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Are they now? Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
The Glycine Airman now, the Glycine Airman you get now is made by Invicta.
Okay. Ray says Casio G-Shock hold the record for most sent up. Not sent up in space, I don't think, mate. Ray. I didn't know that. Probably they hold the record for the most issued to military, guaranteed, probably that. Most people have G-Shocks, but I didn't know they were the most sent up in space. I'd like some, if you could drop a link or something to us with that, I'd appreciate it, Ray. I didn't know that. Russian watches, let's talk about Ukrainian watches. Can you clean the lens for next week, Rolly Mania? Is my lens dirty, son?
No, it's fine.
Is you just winding me up? Let's clean the lens. Let's see if that's any better then. Let's do it live on air. Let's clean the lens for Rolly Mania.
Just for Rolly Mania. Look.
Yes, a Rolly Mania.
Look what we did for you, Rolly.
Rolly Mania. Is that good for you, son? Is that better? Will that keep you tuned in, son? Is that right? Is that better? Are you sure it's not your fucking... Are you sure it's not your screen when you've been jizzing over Rolexes? Sorry. A bit basic, but never mind. Right. Back to. Well, there's no screenshot on this. There's no need to have a screenshot for this. You've got the one and only Speedmaster Professional. There you go. The only certified watch for the moon. We all know the hype. We know everything. It went through the test. It's the only one who passed the test. And they said it up there. Brilliant watch. Love it. It's very iconic. You either love it or you hate it. We've got two people. We've got one guy in the chat who hates it. Breeze, tell me now, why do you hate it, Patrick? But you like the Poljet, which is very similar looking. What is it you don't like about it?
There's nothing hate. I mean, I don't care enough about it to hate it. I just think it's so overdone and boring that if it didn't have a story, if it didn't have the name, I wouldn't even know of its existence. And
no one know about this. They have played it. They've milked it. It's the fucking Amiga.
But what I think it's the equivalent of the tag the tag section of the AD. I just walk past it because I know there's not a watch in there that's interesting to me, and that's what I see when I see that watch. And as it's not bad, it's just a chronograph. But that's exactly why I don't love it. It's just a chronograph.
Yeah, it's built to death, but it is a strap monster. I mean, it looks great. It looks great on that Forza bracelet. That is really good. It looks great on a NATO. It looks great on leather straps. I've actually got, where is it? And I haven't put it on yet. If we can find it, it's up here. Bear with us. I've actually got, which I only got today, and I've been out. Remember, I only got this afternoon through the letterbox. I've got an Uncle Seiko flat link bracelet.
Oh.
I bought that from Uncle Seiko. After I actually was looking at the pictures of the original first Amiga in space, some of them which had these flat link bracelets on, or some of the other, and then of course or early Amigas with them on. And then I ordered this the day before that FOIS was actually issued. And I looked at it and I thought, my God, it's got a flat link bracelet. I've just ordered one of them. So they're supposed to be really, really good. I ummed it on between the Forstner and this, and I decided to go with. And then I know that Miami Sam did a video, and he sent one of these, and he tested it, and he said it's brilliant. I did all the research. So I've gone for brushed and polished rather than fully brushed or whatever. And I'll probably put that on over the week for next week. Wear it next week with that on it. I'm looking forward to seeing that because I've had this on religiously. This bracelet has been on it religiously because I just love that bracelet to pieces. This bracelet, by the way, is what the original of this bracelet they wore over the spacesuits before they got the Velcro one. So early doors, before they actually wore this bracelet. And there's loads of pictures of them in civvies with that watch on, with that Forster bracelet on. And again, Neil Armstrong had a Forster bracelet like that. So it's got a lot of history, them bracelets.
Well, what do you reckon to say Danny's comment? Speedmaster's so overrated, in my opinion, and they're not even cheap anymore.
Depends what you call cheap. It depends what you call cheap.
Well, they're 8,000 quid, aren't they? 7,000 quid?
7,400 for the first Amiga in space.
Well, the same for the Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch, I think.
Yeah, that's more expensive, would you believe, than the first Amiga in space, slightly. But what are you comparing it with? You're comparing it with
just as a watch in general. No,
I think it's worth it. It's a premium watch. It's an Amiga, and it's a premium watch.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know why you say it's too expensive.
It doesn't have premium water resistance.
It's got 50 meters, and it's 50 meters tested.
I mean, meters. Danny's saying that the Omega Planet Ocean's far superior to Speedmaster, but it's not a chronograph. I mean, you can get Planet Ocean chronographs, but
yes,
yeah, and the Planet Ocean's too thick.
So, okay, you to be honest, tell me on when someone goes for an average swim in the sea, how many meters do you normally go? Imagine you go to, I don't know, anywhere in the sea. How deep do you actually go? A normal swimmer.
Well, the meters doesn't really mean anything. It's a pressure gradient, and
Right.
so
Okay. So I'm okay. So the Speedy will take. So you're saying that even if you went down 10 meters, the pressure could kill it. Is that what you're saying?
if you went down 1 foot in a hot tub and you accidentally glanced your watch past the jet, you could probably ruin your watch.
Is that any watch? Even
No,
one with one with 200 meters water resistant.
Yeah, a watch with a non-screw down crown and low water resistance. So, I mean, 100 meters might be risky if it wasn't a screw-in crown.
Hey, Dodger, I want to put you right. Omega was never first in anything. Omega had the Omega movement that gave the brand their name in 1894. Now that's before Rolex were even about. So you're totally wrong with that comment. They were first before they were before Rolex. So,
and they were the first Omega. Yeah, and they just the first Omega.
But I mean, right, you can't tell a Rolex fanboy that Omega are good. Omega are good. You can't tell Rolex fanboys. So
Dodger says, "Who cares about Rolex?" Okay, Von Krull says 50 meters water resistance just means the equivalent pressure 50 meters down with no other contribution to the pressure. Okay.
Have you finished any watches, John?
I've finished with my space watches, yes.
Can I just show you one? I'll just pull one up.
Of course you can. Of course you can. Do you want to drop it in the private chat? Put the link in the private chat.
No, I'll just pull it up and you can share my screen.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, brilliant.
What do you think to this? The Fighter.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. Is that? Do you want to tell us more about it?
Yeah, so this is one by the Chinese Taikonauts, they call them.
Right.
And it's a Chinese space watch made in China. For the Chinese, they don't call them astronauts, they call them Taikonauts. But I can see him wearing it on the wrist there. Just there and there. But what is it on the? Is it like a
side mounted colostomy bag they've got there? What is it? Sorry. I mean, what movement he's got in it? What's he got in it?
I'm not sure what movement
it is ugly. I must admit, it is ugly. You're right. Fucking hell. It's Space Master.
I quite like it, to be honest with you. So I'm quite enamored with it.
It's quirky. Yeah. Have you looked into it? Have you looked into getting one?
No, I haven't. No, I learned about them a couple of years ago, and Fighter, Fiyta.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it is made for them only, or whether you could actually get one.
Yeah, I mean, I see why a spacesuit would want those jumbo pushers, but for a casual wear, those look like vintage Grand Seiko chronograph pushers. They're pretty ginormous.
There's another watch that they did as well, another chronograph. Yeah, the pushers are big, aren't they, Patrick?
Let's just have a look, see if we can find anything in that space group I'm in on Facebook. They usually come out with stuff.
I thought it was quite a quirky one. I don't know how much it is.
Oh, okay. Looks like they've done other stuff as well. So I'm just going to share this, Thomas. There you go. So Chinese Shenzhou mission in 2003. So there we go. Look at that. How about that one? That's nice, isn't it?
Just change screen now to set mine off.
Oh, I have shared my screen. Let's just turn. Yeah, you turn yours off and share my screen. Sorry, I have done. Yes. Okay, let's just share it again then. Okay. Hang on a second. I'll have to. It just says share. It just say I'm sharing it. So let's stop sharing and share it again, mate, because it just comes up a bit. Right. So I found one from the same make from 2000 and 2003. There we go. Look at that.
Yeah. Big pushers again, though. Like
Big pushers again, innit? Big pusher, but
Yeah.
it looks better, doesn't it? If you know what I mean.
That's
What do you think?
interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if I like that super polished case. That kind of doesn't make sense in space.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that big chunky one that I had on screen. I like that big chunky one.
You want to try it. You want to try and get one, mate. You know what I mean? You want to try and see. Yeah, there might be one you can try and get or something. You know.
Yeah.
So I am going to add to my Space Watch collection. I'm trying to find. I wouldn't mind a Seiko Pogue. It's got to be.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be
the gold dial one, hasn't it?
Got to be the gold dial. It's got to have 90 meters water resistance.
Yeah.
Writing on the left hand side at 9 o'clock. That's got to have that. I saw one the other day for not much money, but it had new everything, including a new dial. It was right. I mean, it had the gold dial and it had the writing on, but it had been redialed. So the question is, does it lose its? Well, I mean, it hadn't been into space, I suppose. It probably would have been a good buy. I'd like one with the proper bracelet. The bracelet's the hard thing. Finding one with the original bracelet as well. A lot of them haven't got the original bracelet. You know,
which is your favorite? Which is your favorite out of the lot you've got?
The favorite out of the lot I've got. Oh, it's probably going to be the Bolivar. It's probably going to be the 1960. It's probably going to be the 1966.
The birth watch, the Bolivar.
Yeah, it's probably going to be that. It's probably going to be that because
I was going to say that I think that's a.
It's worn. Yeah, the warnings, the warning space that were worn on X-15 fighter jets. You know what I mean?
Cracker. That's a cool,
absolute cracker watch. It's got that lovely bracelet with it. So the bracelet did cost me an extra load of money, but it is the coffin bracelet. What you've got to be careful if anyone buys a coffin bracelet is you've got to tweak the coffin because the way those little coffin things work, they clip in on pegs. Either got to come a top bit and an underneath bit, and they come off. I lost a couple. I had to order some off America. I got Sam to post them to me because he wanted some daft money to post them. So Sam ordered them locally for me and got them posted them out to me, cheaper than what they would have done. But it still cost me like 50 quid for a few of them.
That's a great one. That's a great one. I think that's probably my favorite.
So I had to get a pair of pliers and tighten them all up to make sure they're doing so. Yeah, it's just it's just a great watch. The lumen still works slightly as well. Very, very dim, the lume, but it's actually still got lume on it. But yeah,
so Danny saying tickers. Have you ever owned anything from Vostok?
Yeah, I've got two Vostoks. I've got two Vostok watches. One of them is supposed to be a model that was only issued to the military. I got some guy who bought it off a military for him. He sent me a load of paperwork. And he said this particular model, whatever it had written on the dial in Russian, says that model was an issue. Was it only given to military personnel? So yeah, I've got two. Two Vostoks.
Skies and Boys is bringing up the Rolex Space Dweller as well, which is a bit like Explorer. An old Explorer sort of pre-1016.
Yeah.
With Space Dweller written on. I've seen those. They cost a lot of money, Skies and Boys. If you can find them.
Rowley said coffee break. No, coffin. They look like coffins. These little things look like coffins. It's coffin bracelet. Sorry, but the accent. Yeah, and it's just funny that the said that the Seconda happened to come on a small coffin bracelet as well. I think that's the original bracelet as well. It's obviously like 60s style. So that's an original bracelet as well, I would think, with it, which is good.
And it wouldn't be coffee on this channel, it's because this is tea and tickets.
Yeah,
so
it's tea, mate, yeah.
No, coffee and Snickers.
So that one is it's just a, I mean, they're straps. That's a strap monster as well. But I've got one of these Velcro straps which I bought as well. So they're really with some military number on it. It's probably, yeah, it's great. Velcro, I love Velcro straps, pretty good. But then again, you get a NATO with it as well on one of them, and they look great on NATOs as well.
So Patrick, you say you're big into space, and well, you said you're into space rockets and stuff. And you live in Florida.
I like sci-fi movies, but I
yeah,
don't know much anything about.
You live in Florida. Have you got any space watches? Have you got any aspirations to own a space watch of any sort?
I lived maybe an hour and a half away from Cape Canaveral. I've never seen a rocket launch. I remember going
seen a fucking rocket launch.
I remember going on a field trip to the Kennedy when I was a kid, but besides that, I've never been there ever again. And no, I said, and I've said this before, I like watches for the watch. I don't really care so much about the history. So, if I love the watch because I love the watch, I'll love the watch.
Even with your pocket watches, you're not into the history of the...
No, I mean, mostly it's just if the watch has something interesting.
Aesthetics.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll learn about a little history after the fact. Like, I'll buy it, and then I'll do a little bit of homework, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. But, like, it's not what made me say, oh, I want it because it's that one.
Right. Interesting.
It's usually that I buy it because I like it, and then I find something out about it that you're like, oh, well, that's a cool fact. But yeah, I don't really have any inspiration. I mean, I would love to get a really cool meteorite dial watch. I bought this Zodiac a while ago, and it's okay, but I don't wear it enough. So really, besides maybe a weird material, something from space, the watch itself, doesn't matter.
Wow. Right, before I go, because anybody who came late to the channel, I'm just going to show this video that I showed at the beginning. So as I explained at the very beginning, space flight. There was a space flight that went out on Saturday from Elon Musk's lot, SpaceX. And he sent a rocket up, and normally the booster that sends it up, it's got 33 engines on it. And normally, years ago, it used to get discarded in the sea. Recently, I don't know how long for, because I've only got back into space stuff about a year. They've been landing it on a drone ship in the middle of the Indian Ocean, which I think is amazing to see it come down, the legs open, and it drops. But on Saturday, they tested it for the first time to get the drone rocket, to get the booster back in the gantry where it took off from, all remotely, and it worked. And some amazing footage. So put your sound up, because it does a countdown at the beginning, and then you hear it break the sound barrier. It goes from the speed of sound to zero very, very quickly and lands in the gantry. I could just watch this time and time again because it's fucking amazing. So get your sound up, because as soon as I press start, it goes 3, 2, 1, and you hear it. You hear it break the sound barrier.
Get it on screen. That's it. Get it on screen.
Right. Can you see it on screen now?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to go silent, and then we'll put your sound up and watch it crack the sound barrier. And this is amazing. Right. Here we go.
That is quite amazing, actually, to be honest.
That
isn't
is
it?
just, yeah, I saw that happen.
Yeah.
I just watch the launches when they're around, when time allows, whatever time it is. I watch them, and they just said, "Oh, we're going to try and launch it. There's going to be a no go. They're going to decide whether they're going to put it back in the country." And he thought, and then he said, "Right, we're all super excited here. They've said they're going to give it a go. Never tried it before, and then they did that." I thought, "Wow, it's fucking amazing."
It's another gem from Certi Danny. Thickers, would you ever go back to the FXD?
I would, yes. I just didn't have the money. I haven't got the money these people to have, and I wanted a Space Watch. If I had the money, yes, I would. I'd have another XD. If I had the money to drop on an FXD,
Yeah,
I would have. Of course, I would. I didn't fall out in love with it. I really did want a moon watch.
yeah.
So yeah, and
Fair
that
enough.
was that. Unfortunately, that was the most expensive watch I had. That means I got rid of that to buy without to buy any more, put any money towards it. But yeah, I never fell out in love with it. I still love the FXD. I actually quite. I mean, I like the blue one, but also I quite like the black dialed FXD as well. Not the one for the, not the one that does the
blue
boat
one
race.
all the way. Blue one all the way for me. Blue one all the
Okay.
way.
You do know that Navy SEALs have been testing the black one for a year.
I do, yeah, but all watches, loads of watches have black dials. I think blue dial is a really nice touch to the Marine National one.
Rolly,
I
I'm
think-
sorry, that's not going to happen, mate. I'm not going to sell everything and buy a sub. I like a sub, but I don't like a sub that much. I love the
Everyone's a
Amigos.
sub. Everyone's got a sub. It's a.
I like the no
It's
date
the
sub. 'Cause it's
first-
probably the
it's
no
the
date sub is
first-
probably the closest to the, to the mill sub that I like. But I still love me Omegas. I might end up with a sub one day as a sub. We don't know. But I
It's
certainly
a-
wouldn't sell me Amigas for one. I love
It's
me
the
Amigas.
first Rolex that everyone thinks of. Oh, I want Rolex. Oh, I want to get a Subrona.
Yeah.
Oh.
A mate of mine says it's a lottery watch. What do? You win the lottery, you buy a gold chain and a Rolex. You get a pit bull, a gold chain and a Rolex.
Get an
But,
Explorer. Don't get a sub. Get an Explorer 2 if you're going to buy a Rolex.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love me. I do love me. I love me. I love me Amigas. I've got this one line about here. I've got me. There we go. You see, my classic Bumblebee Aqua Terra. Great fucking watch.
Very nice.
Great.
And that was what given by your donor.
my watch friend. Yes, he gave us that, along with, of course, the Super Ocean,
Breitling.
the Breitling Super Ocean.
Very nice. Very lucky man you are, Tickers.
I must admit, I am. Yes, definitely. But birth year watch. I'm glad I got this 66 Boulevard. It was a bit of a struggle to get the right one because I got a dog of one first of all, and I was a bit, because there's so many. It's so it's even got its own Wikipedia page. These bloody these Boulevard astronauts and saying, right, okay, if it's got this dial with these indices and these markings on it, it's a type 1. There's so much to, if it's got these, it must never have this. Sometime it can have Bolivar on, but just Bolivar on it. There's so many different. Everything's got to match up. So it's an M66 on the back, which is 1966, and it's got the right hands, the right dial, the right indices, the right everything on it. It's got to tie up. Because the one I got was a complete fucking dog. And I'm just lucky I said I managed to get the bracelet. It didn't have that bracelet with it, but I got the period bracelet.
I think it's great that because I think that's your favourite space watch is an absolute cracker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I saw one of those that had the same coffin bracelet, but it was like a gold capped. So it wasn't gold, but it had a gold coating.
Yeah, they do them as well with the gold coating. Yeah, that's right. That's probably correct. Yeah, they do one. Yeah, they do one with the gold coating.
I was interested in it, but I didn't really want the gold, and it went for more than I wanted to spend. But it looked kind of cool. Maybe a little too dressy.
You see, it proves that you don't have to go really expensive to have great looking, interesting watches. You know, you go to somewhere and have that on your wrist. It's gonna spark up a conversation in it. Like, what's that? You know what I mean? If none of my family and the watches were guaranteed that if I rocked up to a family event with that on it, it would get spotted and someone said, "What's that?" You know, you know, if anyone's seen a picture of the inside of a watch, it's not, it's not even, it's completely alien, isn't it, to anybody? Because someone knows what the inside of a watch might look like with cogs and gears. But when you see something like that, first of all, it's showing the inside of it, which is strange enough. And then the insides don't look like anything that you've ever seen before. Conversation piece.
I love the Space View myself, and I think Bulliver makes some great watches. Still do.
Yeah, I'll still do my Bulliver collection sometimes. So we'll have obviously the cross section, because we've got 3 Bullivers here, but I've got another 5 or 6 Bullivers. So we can do a Bulliver review at some point as well.
Definitely. Cracking show today, Tickers. I think that was a great one.
No problem.
I love seeing the landing. I love seeing the landing of that.
Oh, stupid! Actually, I keep watching. That's ridiculous how that happens. That's just bonkers, that, isn't it? That's bonkers. So hopefully, I'd like to get to Florida at one point, and I've got to hook up and meet Patrick there, and meet Brian, and meet everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. Brian's offered to put me up.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's offered to put me up. If I go to Florida, he's offered to put me up.
Sell a couple of watches and get a flight out there.
Yeah.
Sell one of your 60 watches. Sell a couple of your 60 watches, and
have to be a couple. Yeah.
Have a consolidation for the flight.
Really. I got offered the job today, 500 cash in hand, working for the Brittle Bone Society. Slap the bloke's hand off. Really, mania. Dr. Bob's Nightmare. Mr. Frenchie cam tickets. Yeah, the Frenchies, because Whole Milk was let's have a look. Whole Milk said tickers, did the dogs run away? No, they've gone to bed. So basically, I went to the concert, to see David Gilmour at Royal Albert Hall yesterday. And the dogs went to the doggy daycare / overnight job. And when they come back, they're always shattered because they go running around with other dogs and playing around. So they came home when they were knackered. So I just asked them if they want to go to bed. And they know what, when I ask them, do you want to go to bed? They know what I mean. So they've tottled off to bed. I've just checked before I started the stream, I've got double snoring. So they're there curled up asleep in the little crate. So they're all asleep. Bless them. But thank you. I know people do like the doggy cam. Who's humming in another composition? Yeah, who's humming? I tell you, they do hum. They absolutely, yeah. When you put a new battery in them, especially. I mean, I also put one. I think also when you put a new battery in it, if you touch the front of it, you can feel it vibrate under your fingers because that's where the coils are.
Really?
Yeah, it hums. You can hear it humming, and the humming. I think the batteries only last 6-8 months a year.
Right.
Probably the best thing to do is just pop the battery hatch just to stop them. But the batteries are £3 or £4 or something like that.
Yeah. Good one.
That's what happens. Yeah. Hope the craze have left room in the bed. Yeah, no, I tell you what, mate. I'd love to have them on the bottom of the bed. But they're still at this stage where they go investigating around and chewing stuff slightly. They do still chew stuff, so I know that they would get up for a wander. I'd love to have them on the foot of the bed. It'd be lovely. So at the moment, they're in the crate. The crate is in the bedroom. So they sleep in the crate. It says safe space, bless them, and they like it. But eventually they might just go on the bed. Bless them, yes. Brian isn't here to chastise tickers for all of his Bullivers. I don't think Brian minds Bullivers. They're not made by the Swatch Group shitter place, so he's quite happy with them. The only problem with visiting Brian is you also have to be in Florida. I've never been to Florida. I've never actually been to Florida. So it's a place I'd like to. It was a place I always want to see. I loved Miami Vice as a kid. Thought it was brilliant. Loved it. Massive man. I tell you, I was. Well, I used to go to the pub. I used to go to the pub with some light clothing, no, slip-on shoes, no socks, that thing. You know what I mean?
Tubs and croquet.
Yeah, great, absolutely great. Yeah, really good. Really good. I might have to find them and catch. I don't know if they've still been shown anywhere, but I could do with a rerun of them. Yeah, so yeah.
So I'd just like to say to all the guys who are going to Watch Time New York, have a great time. Dodger, I know you're going. Jamie Opulence, I know flew out today. The Watch Apprentice, I know is going. Have a great time. Enjoy yourselves. Any of the Americans are watching, they're going. Have a great time. And look forward to all the streaming that's going to be coming from there.
Oh, yeah. Is everybody going to be doing streaming now? When did it start?
It's Friday. Friday. It's Friday.
Starts on Friday, does it? Right. Starts on Friday.
Wind up and Watch Time New York on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
okay. That's good. Brilliant. Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for all joining us. Thanks, Thomas, again. Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate that. Thank you for helping me.
Why don't you take us out with that rocket landing once more? just to take us out.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take you out with the rocket landing. I might let it play twice because it's on automatic. It goes automatically, so I'll do that. Excellent. Right. Okay, let's just put it on the screen. So thanks everybody, and so put the volume up, ready for let me find it again. I had to stop it because otherwise it'll just be carrying on now because it's an automatic play on YouTube Shorts. Let's bear with us. Let's just find it. The last thing I played anyhow. Right, okay. And it's that one. Okay. Do that. Right, so thank you everybody for watching. And all I can say is see you next Tuesday.
See you next time, guys.
Take care.
Have a good week.
And one more time, I'm going to play it again. I'm going to let it run again because I just think it's fucking amazing. It'll run again, just play it one more time. There we go. And one more.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, guys.
Thumbs up, guys. Thank you.